we picked up these cage-free, great values from Walmart eggs. And most eggs, like, I can't really taste the difference. For some reason, it could be the cage-free, could be the fact that they're feeding them differently, could be how old the eggs are. These taste really, really good. They're, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's like a warm flavor of some sort. They just kind of taste rich. I don't know, but it's very, very good. And the last couple of mornings, I've been having these eggs, three eggs, and then sausage, kind of ground sausage, also from Walmart. It's so good. It is just like the perfect amount of food. I don't get sick of it. And these eggs were somewhere like $8.98 for 18 of them, which is kind of nuts for eggs. But yeah, we usually just buy like a 1,000 pack of the Costco eggs. These have them beat for whatever reason. Also, you couldn't tell, it's sunny out. We're actually getting some pretty good solar. So this is the second time now that our batteries have gone, I don't know, somewhere around 20%, 21. But today we're getting over 300 watts right now with the ways. I'll show you how they're set up. That is the only kicker here. To my great surprise, not only is the propane furnace super efficient. We haven't gone through even a bottle yet of the propane tanks. We haven't gone through one of those tanks yet. And it, like, I leave it on low just to keep it like barely tolerable in here at night. And it warms us up pretty well. The dual pane windows are pretty dang good. I talked a little bit about the insulation here. But between that running, barely, I mean, just sips power, sips the propane, you know, and being able to hold that heat in pretty well, I'm really excited. It's very nice. It does still increase the humidity slightly in here, slightly, but it's not much at all for whatever reason. So I'm wondering if it's just a style, if it vents better. Maybe it's just that there's like less propane usage, therefore, you know, but it works super well. Right now I have it off where we got the windows open just to let in some fresh air and get that sun heating up the trailer. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm very happy. Yes, everything is, it's perfect. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't know. Something's got to be wrong, right? Right? By this point, with any of our rigs, we already have a list of, like, let's say a minimum of 3 things that need to be fixed. So far, no things need to be fixed. Although I do need to find the Clorox wipes so I can wipe this down. The stove is pretty good. It's a good sized stove for I mean, you can stick 2 pans on here. Yeah, and we never use more than 2 burners, so yeah, we do have an electric cooktop. We might pull out in the future. A lot of folks have asked about our solar setup ideas, and it is one of those things that until it happens, we're not going to share about it. I've already shared a little bit about it, but until that happens, you know, there's no real reason. You know, things could change, and then somebody will say, well, why didn't you do it like the way that you said? And we inevitably get that. There's a lot of folks, interestingly enough, that don't watch most videos. They just watch the, you know, the big clickable titles. They just find us boring or whatever, you know. So I don't want to share too much. And then you have those folks that only tune in for the, no, you didn't do it the way you said. Yeah. Things happen. So we are hanging out at the park today, our favorite park here at Marymore. We've got a friend here. Oh, look at that beautiful Warm sun. How nice is that? Yes, indeed. Got our panels set up here. They may not be perfectly optimal, but I mean that'll do a trick for today. And yeah, they're pretty close. Scoot them back a little bit. Adding the tape and cardboard has definitely made a big difference, so very happy with that. And then thankfully we have a long enough cable. We're good over there. 30 feet definitely did the trick. Oh, it's bright. Funny how that works. These guys, watch out, buddy. Go to bed. They're pretty happy. So they have their beds. I think I've noticed they've been kind of swapping back and forth. Every now and then I've noticed they kind of swap back and forth. I don't know why that is. I think Sam is more bullying him out of his bed. Aren't you? I did add a few things of dampered. So I bought a 6-pack. Stuck one under here. Yeah, one's under here because the electrical bay is over there. So I figured any air, it's going to dry that out. One up here where we have some things that are likely to already have a little bit of moisture or whatever. You know, beanies, things like that. When you take those off, so it'll dry that out. I have one under here, and I noticed that the back of it has some pretty good airflow. So I think that'll cover all of that. And then one under the bed, which has not been made. I haven't noticed any moisture at all or excess heat or, you know, nothing's up there, which is good. The windows do have a little bit of condensation on them, so I'll be opening all of these, you know, as things warm up even more. This is sort of in a state of disarray, as you can tell. But we are getting, look at those numbers, 291 watts from solar, back up to 38%. This morning we were at 23, 22%, something like that. After a couple hours charging, that's a nice thing. The steps have actually been okay since learning that we can actually pull them in and then close the door. I've heard somebody added like a strap, and that's been, you know, I thought about that, but I don't think we're gonna have that problem. In fact, in both of the spots that we stay now, one of them, there is a sidewalk, but nobody walks by it. So I was actually, the first night we stayed there, I watched basically all day, you know, while on my laptop, whatever. I don't think a single person walked by. And so next day, put the steps out, and again, nobody walked by. So we're in fine shape there. And the other one is just like, it's like prickle bushes, you know. Again, I can't share where we go because, you know, YouTube crazies. So there's that. But this is funny. This is really funny. The shadow of the truck and trailer. Look at that. Yeah, that's kind of funny. We will have some solar panels on here, so I will share that. We plan to do something on the truck, something on the trailer. Keep it simple, as always, but we'll have a nice setup, I think, for solar. And will it be the same as Lenny? Of course not. But in theory, we'll have similar capacity. So at some point we need to go down and get the batteries, the extra batteries of the Redotos that I have. And I think we're going to, because they're 100 amp hours, these are 100 amp hours. We have 2 100s on here. We have 4 100s stored at my mom's house right now. I think we're going to grab those. Hopefully I have cables. I kind of get the feeling we don't actually have the cables for those. But order some cables up, hook those in. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident we'll have a nice setup. You know, we can always expand. We have some extra room under the bench there. We can always expand a little bit. We want to be cognizant of weight, of course, but I don't even think right now, with everything we have, I don't even think we're at the capacity. So solar is, of course, going to add some. Those batteries are pretty lightweight. I think they even have in lighter, smaller, more dense batteries now, you know, every year. We have our All Powers R2500. Now I was trying to figure out, because we were getting an error on this system. So it said reverse polarity. What it was is that the jumper wire that I had either wasn't seated right or something. But I grabbed a different wire. I think it's making better contact in there. Basically jumpering the, so you have the 3 prongs. There's hot, neutral, ground. Just jumpering the neutral and ground together. It's janky, but I went ahead, jumpered that properly, and we did charge, basically depleted that battery within the hour. It didn't even take an hour, and that battery was completely depleted. It's 2016 watt hours on that little guy. And this is something like it's a 12.8 volt battery times 200 amp hours. So somewhere in the ballpark of 2,500 watt hours. So it should have almost filled this up, I would think. Almost filled it up. It didn't quite get us there, but it did get us to 70% from 30. So I'm wondering if it showed 100% charge. I wonder if it wasn't really 100% charged. I don't know. It does cut off at like 5%, so you get a little less than the full, 2016 watt hours. Hey, it's charging right now, so it'll at least give us some extra power. Somebody had mentioned, like, why not plug you have the solar panels in the back of the truck and then have them charge that and then pull that back here at night and then charge this off of that little battery pack. The real reason I don't want to do that is because the conversion process, it does, you're going from however many volts to, that's a 48 volt battery pack. Then you have to transfer up to 120 volts and then down to 12 volts. So there's so many conversions in that there's going to be some loss versus just, setting the panels up here and off we go. So I'm not too worried about it. I think we're fine. If we needed to, we could do something like that. We could, I could still see, that all powers. I didn't think I would ever want one or use one. It's actually come in handy a few times. So I think that we're going to continue with the solar that we have on the truck. I think we're going to continue to use that all powers in the future. I'd also like to do like a freezer of some sort. When we get a really good deal on meat or something like that, we have enough extra freezer space, a little 12 volt deal. We can just power that freezer in the truck, something like that. So I have a bunch of ideas. Who knows what'll actually come of it, but I'm hoping that'll work out. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it is a beautiful day out. And that breakfast, whoo! Walmart eggs, not expecting that. But I feel like we got our $9 worth for those 18 eggs, 50 cents a pop or so. So let's talk about what is working, and then maybe some upgrades that we're thinking in the short term. So again, shower, really, really good. The placement of the outlets, I still think we have so many. Which is a great thing. But there are two outlets over here. So there's one here, which is fine. Actually, we have a sign that we haven't actually had activated for a while. We're going to activate that, reactivate that. Actually, we upgraded. So we've had a sign. Yeah, I'll show you guys that. It's kind of a fun thing. So we're going to need to plug that in. I'm thinking we could do it up here, but I don't like to see cables. The next outlet. So there's that guy, and then the one right under here. So what we may do is actually put an internal outlet in. So it's just to power something under there where we can then run the wires right up here. It's only a single wire, really, but we may do that. We'll see. But we've got this guy. I don't love the placement of this, but what we might do is just a small, short extension cable and a power strip. We may just Velcro one over there, just to have the power there. And I'm thinking in this, it looks like a bunch of cluttery crap, but I think we may actually take this cushions out. Emma doesn't love the idea yet. We'll see how we use the space. But maybe take those cushions out and put in a little bit of storage because we have some projects to do. And then so we can keep our project stuff up here and then just have some more utilities, computer, things like that right there. And then keep this all open. I love this. She loves the L shape. This layout is perfect, but but between those outlets, the pop-up outlets there's even one, right here. That's all. I'm ecstatic. I'm very happy. The shower, working very well. I am very surprised. This is not super deep in here. Not super deep, but actually, I'm going to optimize this a little better. Emma kind of threw things, where she thought they'd go. But using some Velcro and some draining, we're going to put some holes in some plastic tubs. We might put a couple things around the toilet, and maybe see about getting this up higher so that when it drains, it does drain in there. Maybe using VHB might be the trick, but VHB does require a higher temperature ambient. So I'm very happy with this wet bath, actually. Super, super excited, but went ahead and added This little over, we did put some padding on that. We had that already. But the over-the-door hanger, way better than command hooks by far, because we don't have to worry about them coming unstuck. And I thought I was going to hate this little latch, like it's an old style latch, but I come to love it, actually. No, it works very, very well, and it's low profile. I don't think it's the most aesthetically pleasing, but because it reminds me of like the old 70s game. I actually really like it. So, hey, thumbs up on me being wrong there. And the fan placement is awesome. Really don't need more than that, especially with the Houghton here. And of course, that is tied in to the Victron. So everything, including the AC and heat pump, will run off of that. Just want to point that out again. That's awesome. But let's go outside because there's something quick and easy to change. Oh, maybe not so quick, but we got the lower color here, and we love it. We got to pick whatever we wanted. Love that. However, the stickers are slightly crooked. So to my eye, also to Emma's, it is very, very off, slightly off. The distance here between the top of the S and this belly band, and here, the top of the E, so you can see almost, about one knuckle and just under one knuckle. So that one's slightly off there. This high here, low here, very small thing. We need to do something here. I mean, it might be fine, who knows, but this escape is probably just fine. But that also, and it's all relative to, the shape of the roof and such. That's also slightly off, slightly. Emma pointed that out, and Emma usually isn't bothered by anything. I know with stickers how hard they can be, how difficult it is to get everything lined up and get it perfect, not to mention bubbles. And so they did a good enough job, definitely. And most people would be very happy with it. We're not most people. Being that they're little vinyl stickers, and I think I've already shared with you guys, we actually have some vinyl projects coming up. We have a little cutter, it's a whole thing. We'll get into that later. But we want to do our own stickers, and so I think before there's any sun fading and differences in the clear coat or gel coat in this instance, we're going to go ahead and I've got a spudger, and I'm going to get in here, start peeling these off. It's easier while it's hot out, but you can also use a heater, like a hair dryer or a heat gun. You want to be careful, obviously, not to burn anything, but I think we're going to remove those before they leave an imprint. I no regrets at all. In our Scamp, we were very happy with it too, but no regrets whatsoever with our purchase. No anxiety either. We have room for everything. It's just, where do we put it is, to make it ergonomic. No, we're very happy with it, even with no outdoor bays, because we have this massive tongue box. I mean, this thing's freaking huge. So I've already loaded this up. It's got a bunch of stuff in here, including cleaning supplies and chairs, and I'm so happy with this. Even with all the experience, and I don't think I'd ever have a problem repping, so to speak, a brand here, but gotta do our own thing, right? Gotta customize it a little bit. So I want companies that I want these guys to do really well, but any company that is doing a good product at a reasonable price, and treating folks well, that's what I want to promote. So I think we'll keep this on here for as long as we can, until it gets real beat up. And then I think we're gonna do our own decals, something like that. I don't know, you guys know what I mean. And if you guys have any ideas for what to put on the, this side maybe, because this is a big blank space. This breaks it up, but on the other side, let's show you, it's sort of just blank. And so I have some ideas, maybe something, you see how blank, just wide open that is right there? Need something there, right? I have a few ideas, and there's different, sparkly vinyls and things like that. I think we're gonna just get a little artistic with it, and because we're not painting, it's easy enough to peel off a vinyl and then, doing stuff like that. No, very happy about it. But I'm very happy with it's basically a canvas. It's a big canvas. Again, we're loving the color. A lot of you guys have shared that you love the color as well, that's always nice to hear, The dogs are loving it, aren't you? Yeah, you're loving it. They have their little beds and all of our stuff here. I don't know. We're just very we're doing very well. So I want to let you guys know. Of course, we have a big update coming. The biggest change to Cozy Living Machine yet. The biggest change. I'm gonna leave it at that. Bigger than getting a new rig. We've got bigger than getting married even. Yeah, we've got some changes coming up. So only another what is today? The 23rd. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's 8 more days. We have 8 more days, and then I can share. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Couple of updates on my mom. So I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with the unemployment situation, but fun fact: if you are door dashing and making over a certain, that actually counts against your unemployment. So my mom has gotten 0 doll hairs from unemployment, even though you pay into this insurance to be able to use it. What a crock. I get it. But at the same time, like, she has a good amount of benefit that she should be able to utilize and has not been able to. Fun. So there's that. She did just have an interview, because I know there's a few of you guys who have asked. She did just have an interview, and hopefully she'll hear it sounded really promising. You get the whole tour around the place, and I've never had a job not offer me a position after that. So hopefully she hears back on that. That would be a good thing, and that's about the same money she was making. It's slightly less, but with the potential for bonuses or whatever they call it. That's good. So they're still doing all right. A gentleman named John was extremely kind. Just want to thank you again, John. Very just kind, generous folks. And yeah. No, everything though otherwise has been very happy. Very, very happy. Mom's doing well. The dogs are doing well. Emma's still loving her job. We don't talk about Emma's work very much, but the principal role is really different than the special education teacher role. And so it's a big change, but funny enough, she's still taking that expertise and applying that and really helping change the school for the better, for sure, because not every principal was a sped teacher. Most were not, in fact. As you can imagine, the ratios are, it's not 1-to-1 by any means. So, but no, she's loving it in the, new district, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're not, we're doing all right. So anyways, I thought you guys might like these updates. It's a beautiful day. I don't know why it has been so sunny, but I'm not going to complain about that by any means. Yeah, cold at 23 in the morning. Again, consistently 22 to 23 degrees. But I've heard that today is supposed to be, possibly rainy later on, but it doesn't seem like it should be too bad. So, and I'd welcome a little bit of rain, just wash the truck off. And then again, sunny, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, for this foreseeable future. So it's a weird deal, but anywho, good updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.